A 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I have the chat logs. You came to meet a 10-year-old boy. Why?
Because
Because why?
You know how many victims that are out there that are watching this fucking video right now, and you know what they're fucking thinking? Oh, I'm sorry, that's totally gonna fix everything. That's not gonna fix the goddamn fucking thing. Nightmares every night. Therapy all the fucking time. Relationships ruined. Why? Oh, because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. No. Do you have anything to say?
My deepest apologies.
Your deepest apologies? Are you fucking serious? You sent dick pictures to a 10-year-old little fucking boy, and all you can say is, I'm sorry.
I'm really sorry.
You're really sorry. You know that sorry doesn't fix all these fucking people. I get goddamn messages from fucking hundreds of people that were fucking raped and fucking taken advantage of because they were a kid. They join these fucking sites because they think we're older. We're supposed to fucking know better. And you're fucking twice my fucking age. You're the same age as my fucking parents. I'd fucking kill my parents if they were out there fucking doing this. Look at the goddamn fucking picture. Don't look at me, look at that. Look at the life that you would have fucking ruined tonight. And look at...
Yo, what's up, people? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from your mama's house, doing my thing as I usually do, and that was Justin Payne. Justin Payne is one of my favorite pedophile catchers. He's definitely one of my favorite. I watch a lot of these videos. You know, I came up watching To Catch a Predator. The whole history of me watching that show is, it did something for me in my life that's never happened before. I grew up with my father, and what's funny is me and my father never had the same interest in anything, or at least watching it together at the same time, never anything. I mean, once in a while I would hear him watching South Park, but it was seldom. But we never really watched TV together because we always wanted to watch different stuff. And what's funny is, now that I'm an adult, and like I moved out, I'm always watching things he would watch or used to watch, like World War II in color and World War I documentaries and stuff like that. I'm always watching them now, just like he did. And now I'm even playing video games he would play when I was young and I thought wasn't interesting, like Call of Duty and all this stuff. And in a way, it's like I'm becoming him. But to the point, I used to watch a lot of To Catch a Predator. A lot of To Catch a Predator. And one day when I was walking past my father's room, I heard Chris Hansen, and I'm like, I know he's not watching Catch a Predator. I knock on the door, I'm like, are you watching the TV or is it just playing in the background as he does? He goes, no, I'm watching this. This is my favorite show. And for the first time, I guess being a teenager, I sat next to him and we watched like 3 or 4 episodes for about 4 or 5 hours. We just didn't do nothing else but watch that shit. All we did was watch it, because at the time, this was mad years ago. At this time, there was no such thing like that on TV, or at least on TV so often. There was nothing else like that. Fucking To Catch a Predator was revolutionary. You know, you got to see guys who wanted to, you know, who were actually trying to do things with children, and you actually got to hear them try to explain themselves. And that put a new twist on things, because everybody thinks like this can't happen or this isn't that often. But that show made a lot of people realize 2 things. 1, it can happen to anyone's children. Your children aren't safe. And 2, it's way more common than we think. And at the time, I mean, I don't think he was worried about me, because I think at the time I was watching this with him, I wasn't that small. I was like, what, fucking 17 or 18? But I did have nieces, like 13 and 8 and shit like that. And I guess that's what he was thinking about. That's what he was worried about. And I guess at times as we were watching this show, he would kind of look at me, and in a way I kind of thought he wanted to maybe ask me something. I just said like, look Dad, when we got the internet, it was still fucking dial-up, it was AOL. That was in 1999 when I started using the internet. And by that time I was 13, I was young. But you know, I wasn't really into chatting or anything, so I'm like, basically no, this never happened to me. I'm too late, you know. But with my nieces and stuff, we don't know. And so I guess he had to talk with them himself, which is something that's very important. And I even put a post on my page, maybe a week ago on my Facebook page saying, look, I'm tired of hearing about these adults coming out of nowhere saying they were raped. You know, you guys heard about the whole African Bambaataa thing, one of the original rappers on the planet. He helped to create hip hop, whatever. Too many people came forward. This dude is a child molester, or he was, whatever. No, once is, always is. He's a child molester. And many even rappers and people who work with him came forward. Too many came forward, but What bugs me out about that situation and other situations like it is like, yo, are the parents not talking to their children about it? Now, I'm not putting the blame on anybody because I don't have children. I don't know what it's like to be molested. I know it must be terrible. But why are they all saying this now? Like, didn't their parents say something like, if anyone ever touches you, you better tell me? And maybe the parents did tell them that. Maybe the kids just didn't say it. You know what I mean? So I don't know how to fix that situation. Because there's way too many children who don't say anything, and then once they're an adult, they have all this stuff to say. And right now, I'm not talking about the Bill Cosby shit, like date, rape, drug on a grown woman. Of course, that's terrible. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about fucking someone who's under like 16. You understand? Who's just obviously too young to be having sex within this country. And you know that. You know, like under 16. And, you know, and you're doing this to this person and all this stuff. And, you know, the child doesn't like it. The child's crying and stuff. And, you know, I mean, maybe not during the actual thing that's going on, but maybe after when they get home and they're having nightmares and stuff, and they go so long without saying anything. It's just why. That's just one thing I don't understand. Why? You know, why? Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. Why don't a lot of them say anything? Is it a lack of the parents communicating with them saying, if someone does this to you, tell me? Or just children will feel embarrassed? Or maybe the molesters are, they outsmart them by saying, if you tell anyone, everyone will be mad at you because this is your fault. You're doing this, or something like that. You know, I don't know. But shouldn't a parent be more influential? I don't know. One of the reasons I'm not having kids. One of the reasons. But anyway, this is Justin Payne. He's one of my favorite. You know, he's very passionate. He's very passionate about what he does, and I respect it. And I respect people who does what he do. I respect it. Who does the same shit, whatever, however you say it. I'm not thinking straight right now. But I like it. But one thing I don't like is some of these guys who try to do this shit online, they go too crazy and they start doing stupid stuff and they make the other people who catch predators look bad. Like they try to beat them up and put pee on them and do the stupid shit. Not saying that these guys don't deserve those things to happen to them, but it makes the people who do that look bad, and it can make doing things like that illegal in certain countries if people keep abusing these people instead of just getting them arrested. It's a bad idea. Not saying the pedophiles don't deserve to be tortured, but you doing that is going to have a bad effect on child molestation in the country you're doing it in. Think about the future. If you're out there stopping pedophiles from getting with children, right, you gotta learn to control your emotions, because if you want to keep stopping them, you can't make it look bad. You can't make it look like, oh, they're out there abusing people. Even though they're child molesters, they have rights. You can't go out and break the law on a child molester, beat him and stuff. So we're gonna make this vigilante pedophile catching thing illegal now. If you do that, it's illegal. That's what it can lead to if you keep doing stupid shit to these guys, like hitting them and beating them up. Justin Payne doesn't do that. I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to realize that if he does that, it's gonna have a bad effect, because him and other people in this country won't be able to do it anymore. Thus, more pedophiles will succeed with their attempts. So you really gotta fucking think sometimes before you just follow your fucking emotions. Like, you really gotta just think. No matter how emotional you are, I don't give a shit if you were molested as a child, if you got a daughter who was molested, doesn't matter. You gotta do what's smart. If you're gonna catch the pedophiles, catch them, embarrass them, whatever, then report them to the police. Don't try to fuck them up yourself. Don't try to stab them yourself. That's not, I mean, look, if you're gonna do that shit, don't do it on camera. If you're gonna do that stuff, don't do it on camera. Someone molests someone in your family, well, okay, look, if someone molests someone in your family, that's your business. But right now I'm talking about when you're setting up things on a computer and then you meet people who think you're actually a child and they want to do things with you. Don't beat them up. Don't do anything crazy on camera. That is a terrible idea. Don't do that stuff, because you're going to ruin that whole vigilante thing with the whole catching pedophile stuff. That's one of my favorite shows. I watch it, the American versions, there's UK versions, there's Australian versions, there's a Russian version, which I didn't like too much because these guys are like kind of like neo-Nazis and they're beating up everybody. But my thing, the reason why I like watching these shows is because I like watching the excuses and hearing their excuses. And their excuses are just usually terrible. And when I watch those shows, it makes me feel better about myself, because no matter how bad things may be going in my life, when I see their faces and see how they feel when they get caught for doing that shit they're doing, I'm just like, my life isn't that bad because I'm not one of those guys. I mean, I'm always hustling, I'm always grinding. I'm not going to slow down my progress in life because I'm not some child molester. But it always makes me realize things could be worse. Because when I watch some of these guys, I'm like, yo, his life is over. His life is over. You know what I mean? To me, there's nothing worse you can be than somebody who takes advantage of children. Whether you have children as a slave, sex slave, or just molestation, whatever it is, there's nothing worse. You know, I don't have children, but I'm big on protecting children. I don't believe a child is dumb. I don't believe in a dumb child when it comes to dealing with adults. I don't believe in a dumb child. I don't. I believe in dumb people. Some dumb people get some shit that happened to them. I'll talk about that in another video, and I don't care that much because, like, how are you that stupid to do something like that as an adult? When you're 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, what? You don't know. You understand? And it's terrible when people take advantage of that. And the last thing, I don't really have much to say about this. I guess I'm just making this video because I want you guys to know about Justin Payne. And I want you guys to watch more Justin Payne stuff because he is fucking amazing. But another thing I don't like is, I don't like when people, like, on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, when I got a problem with somebody, they would try to make them look bad and say, oh, this dude's a pedophile, this dude's this, this dude's that. My thing is, it's funny because with social media, with anything you really believe, anything you really believe, you want to show to the world that it's true, first step is you should show your face. If anybody's saying anything like that, they're not showing their face while saying it, like making a video and showing their face, don't listen to them, they're talking shit. Justin Payne shows his face. He gives his name. He does interviews with news people, whatever, not the media. He's a real dude talking about real shit with real evidence. That's why he's showing his face. Dudes who just make comments and shit like that, ignore them. They're a waste of time no matter who they're talking about. And the most fucked up shit about it is people who do shit like that actually piss me the fuck off. But I don't care when they do it to me. You can do whatever you want to do to me. But the problem with shit like that is it takes the attention off of actual pedophiles who are actually doing that shit. And they're trying to point the direction to someone else who's not doing that shit just because they're jealous. And that kind of shit is not cool. But like I said, I really don't give a shit because it doesn't bother me. But hey, it could be really fucking up the future of some of the children right now. Because you know, when you get molested as a child, that shit affects you later. Especially when you're raped. That shit affects you later. It affects you much later. You know what I mean? So when they do that shit to me, they think they're affecting me when they're actually possibly fucking up some kids' futures. Because people are looking in this direction instead of actually looking where they need to be. Congratulations, fucking retards. So that's basically it, people. I'm gonna go watch some more. And I don't know what I have to say about this guy. I don't know what I have to say about the guy he caught. The guy he caught, he sounds like Miss Consuelo. Alright, I mentioned something about the guy. And that's basically it, people. I'm out. Later.